Hey there, this is Bastian. Today I'm presenting Calypso. Calypso is a paid market simulation engine on Stellar. What this means is pretty simple. This is an agent that pays USDC using x402 to spin up a swarm of bots. These are trading bots across real dexes on testnet. What this does is allows bots to simulate market conditions, and it has a layer of intelligence that would help you analyze as you go along what's happening and how to fine-tune these bots to get what you need. This is using the Hoops router, which routes liquidity through SoroSwap, Phoenix, and Aqua. We have 3 paid endpoints, which is the plan, the simulate, and an analyze endpoint. The way it works, at least for the specific demo, is that we are spinning up an agent, this agent over here, Calypso agent, which has an ephemeral wallet that lives in your session. And when you connect your wallet, which we're using Friday right now, you're able to send money to this agent and have it act on your behalf. Then we have a wallet, which is a revenue wallet, the x402 sync, right? This is where the money that the agent is spending is going. Technically, any agent would be able to interact with this API, but to make this demo complete, I am providing with the agent as well into this demo. Technically, anyone can spin this up and get both the API and the agent harness to make it work. Right now, I had a session running over here, which was completed, but I'm going to make a new one. The session over here that I can create can be based on an AI plan. So I would be calling an LLM to give me, based on natural language, give me a plan and output some config files for these bots. I can just go with some presets over here, or I can just go with custom bots. As you can see, I can have a noise bot that just swaps one token for another. The arbitrage bot, which basically looks for opportunities across different protocols and different pools. And the LP bot, which just deposits and withdrawals based on a time frame. Technically, you could add any bot config to this to do things, right? But these are the base ones that I added. This is fully modular and extendable. We're going to use the AI plan here. And what I want is stress test USDC and XLM liquidity. I have a few defaults, but I want it through SoroSwap, I want it through Aqua, and I want it through Phoenix. And for 3 minutes, and I'm going to say I want 6 bots, and I'm going to say 6 noise bots, which is kind of like the easiest one to show. I'm going to ask Gemini, which is going to cost me $0.01, which is 1 cent. This is going to go forth, and it's going to give me a response. There you go. So we have the reasoning of the AI. It tells me how I can do this, right? And it tells me that it's going to configure all of these bots to do these things for me. It generated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bot configs. And in here, I'm going to decide that I want to give 10 USDC to each bot. So the agent is going to give 10 USDC to each of these bots to operate. Here we have the interval seconds, the max amount of XLM that is going to spend, the minimum amount. And basically, the agent is going to now pay for this endpoint using x402, right? It's going to pay these 5 cents. And when I pay for this endpoint, I am going to be unleashing this swarm of bots on this market. So I continue to the live session. This is a stress test. And we're going to see the money flow, right? It goes from wallet to Calypso agent. And over here in a second, we're going to see these bots spawning, and we're going to see them actually doing transactions, right? This was done by having the agent pay on my behalf. These bots, as you can see, the money is going down. Each of these bots have their own wallets. They're ephemeral. They get to act on their own. They have the private and public key. They are classic wallets, but this is something that we can upgrade in the future to smart accounts. And we're going to see here the bots spawned. They're ready to start running. And there you go. As you can see, they're doing noise. They're doing swaps. They're doing actions. And these are being streamed down here. So we have a swap with SourceSwap, a swap with Aqua, swap with Phoenix, right? And if we actually click on them, we see that these transactions are actually happening. There you go. So this session, this is a job similar to a cron job, is gonna end after 3 minutes, right? We have the timer over here, and at the end of it, what's gonna happen is that any money that the bots made or when the bots have in their balance will be returned to the agent, to the Calypso agent, and then I would be able to get them back into my user wallet right here. Yep. Withdraw from agent. But in the meantime, I have this session. This one was completed before, but I have this session with these bots running in the background that are simulating market conditions. At the same time, this plan is also running the AI analysis, which basically what would do is figure it out what each bot is doing and the results. Right now we're just swapping, so there is not much that could change, but the idea is that it could self-heal. When you bring it to a market, you can see the effects of the pool, and then the analyze endpoint would call some other endpoints, like a data endpoint, like the ones that we're providing with Hoop Finance, to see what's happening in this market, and how can we adjust this bot configuration to perpetually improve. In this case, we are just in testnet, so there's no much need for that. We tell the bots what to do, the bots do it, and then we have simulated market conditions in testnet. But we could see this being used in mainnet in the future to generate profit. So this is super useful. This is something that I've been thinking for a while, and something that you'll probably see in the future in some shape or form. But it's really cool here that we're using X402 to get an agent to pay for this service, right, on its own, and decide basically what to do in order to simulate these conditions. So this is Calypso. I left the repo in one of the links somewhere over here, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you.